Morgaine Angaran, that the marshlanders cursed, that the kings had followed to their ruin, the White Queen, who was Death. Hello and welcome to Liam's Lyceum. I'm your host Liam, aka Himbar, and today I'll be doing a spoiler-free review of C.J. Cherryh's Well of Shiuan. Well of Shiuan is a 1978 novel and a sequel to Gate of Ivril, which I read about 3 years before reading this, actually. This is my third Cherryh novel overall, and certainly not my last. Morgaine and Vanya go now to another world as Morgaine with her terrible sword, and her single-minded quest disregards all suffering she causes to close the gates of the Qual. This world is Shiuan's Well, home to Cherryh, an important new character we are introduced to right at the beginning. A village she knew as a child is now flooded, and once where there was one moon, now there are 7. The world is noticeably not that nice. The kings of men fell long ago, and only their barrows remain. Besides the variety of humans, there are also halflings, or that's what they're called at least, and they're kind of human as well. The peoples spend time looting these barrows, and the world is obviously dying. Cherryh herself is largely alone. Her only living family is her elder sister, Syl, who has been married for 4 years. And 17-year-old Cherryh has now worked alone since that time. When at home, though, she lives in misery. She is not treated nicely, and she doesn't like that she is expected to marry her cousin and have plenty of his children. Shiuan is specifically an island in the north of the marshes and the watery Barrowlands where Cherryh lives, an island on which the halflings live. Cherryh is going to have some experiences that obviously connect to the broader quests. First, we're going to sink slowly into her world. Again, it's a dying one. The mood is heavy and rather wretched to start. There's a dangerous sense of adventure lingering, though, and one for journeying, but with no map, just a far-flung goal. It feels rather perilous. Morgaine really throws into light when she shows in here morality, right? And if there is such as good and evil, it's really hard to see who is right, or rather more right sometimes. Morgaine herself seems to remain aloof and distant. We're never in her head. She is alien. Vanya himself shares the reader's thoughts, and he is rather human. He's kind of an everyman in some sense, but though his culture is removed from any on Earth, he does have a strong sense of honor. But while we were in his world in Book 1, in this one, he's a fish out of water, though he might end up in the water, if ill luck would have it. Which is why we have the girl, Cherryh, as well. She gives us ideas about the world, though she is mostly really the main character at the very beginning and the very end. We figure out the world through her, since it's not Vanya's world this time, but she is, well, in the story, she is not Vanya or Morgaine, really. So we do have some interesting ideas. We have like a character like Ro, who is this character completely lost, completely a monster. Is there some of Vanya's cousin within, or is that all deception? And while this book is rather dreary and miserable, it is not a book completely without hope. There's lots of subtlety ring from it. Morgaine is even more interesting as she shows some signs of humanity, though she seemingly isn't human, though she's not quite Kujal either, it seems. She's a good heroine, or anti-heroine. A pretty gripping tale overall. While I felt the first lagged a little bit, this one got my attention much more, and I enjoyed it a lot more. There's lots of chaos. The action is fierce, unordered, like the tide. It's very enjoyable, and I will certainly be getting to Book 3 quicker than I did to this one. And I will definitely be reading more C.J. Cherryh, of course, as I already mentioned. Influence Lies You.